They gave the Romans a run for their money.
5,000 men, whilst the Helvetii had lost around 40 to 60,000.
Oh my gosh! We are back again with another Roman history, Julius Caesar. A lot of people want me to react to this. And not only that, but apparently I was reacting to Julius Caesar in the wrong order. Someone told me to react to this one by kings and generals. So I'm probably going to be reacting to both at the same time.
By the end of the 2nd century BC, southern Gaul was largely subdued. However, there was still tension in northern Gaul, particularly along the Rhine. These tensions would ultimately climax in the Gallic Wars, the conflict that would shape the future of Western Europe for centuries to come, giving rise to the Holy Roman Empire and modern-day France.
The Gallic Wars, the wars where the Celts... Oh crap. I think something came out of my mouth. The wars where the Celts were basically wiped out.
The conflict that would forever
from Western Europe,
Gaius Julius Caesar in the annals of history. But before we start our video, we would like to thank our sponsor.
I am poor. I am poor.
Almost half a century of civil wars, and the Republic was in decline. Both Marius and Sulla had marched on Rome, highlighting the ineffectiveness of the system for maintaining a large empire, and the fact that the legionaries were more loyal to their generals than to the state. Following this chaotic period, 3 men had established an unofficial alliance to effectively control the Republic. This was the first triumvirate, consisting of the famous general Pompey the Great, the richest man in Rome, Crassus, and Julius Caesar.
Bro, I need to learn more about these people. Like, I've heard these names, but I don't know anything about these people. Bro, please, please, please. Bro, like, if you know any videos that I could watch, man, please.
Caesar had been consul the year before in 59 BC. But his political campaigning had left him in debt and made him many enemies in Rome. He needed to make money fast and gain enough military success to keep his political adversaries at bay.
Bro, 59 BC? This is like 59 years before the birth of Christ? That's crazy. Caesar was alive before Jesus, like a bit before Jesus was born. Bro, what if Julius Caesar and Jesus was alive at the same time? That would be an interesting timeline.
When the time came for distributing provinces for Caesar to govern as proconsul,
but his children and grandkids are definitely alive to see Jesus though, right? Yeah, definitely.
He was able to use his political allies to secure Cisalpine Gaul, Illyricum, and Transalpine Gaul for an unprecedented 5 years. This put Caesar in control of 4 veteran legions, the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, all of whom had fought with Caesar before in Hispania and were loyal to him. They had a total of roughly 22,000 legionaries, plus auxiliaries. Caesar now had the men he needed. All he needed was an excuse for war.
What excuse are you gonna get?
The Celtic tribe, the Helvetii, was planning a migration into Gaul in 58 BC. Their leader, Orectorix, had formed a confederation with a number of neighboring tribes, the Tulingi, Latubrigi, Rauraki, and Boii. And now
how does he know these names? Where does he get these names from? Like, how is this what the Romans called them, or is that what they call themselves? Interesting.
Numbered 368,000 men, women, and children. Orectorix had even convinced them all to burn their homes in order to leave no option of failure. However, soon he was accused of being a tyrant and was forced to commit suicide.
What? Oh, imagine being peer pressured to... Nah, bro. He got peer pressure to oof himself. Oh, hell nah.
command passed to Divico. Divico was determined to stick to the plan and began amassing supplies in order to start pouring into Gaul. To do this, they would either have to pass through the land of the Roman ally Aedui and the province of...
What is going on? Alright.
province of Transalpine
I don't know
Gaul,
what happened,
or take the longer route through the mountain passes in the north. The Romans had built up a healthy fear of migrating tribes following the Cimbrian War in 113 to 101 BC, and so Caesar, hearing of this, was only too willing to come to the rescue of the Aedui. He took the only available legion in the area and force-marched them up to Geneva, destroying the bridge on the Rhone that provided access into Transalpine Gaul.
If he's zooming in, that means...
Caesar, asking for military access through Roman lands and promising they would not attack. Caesar played for time, pretending to consider this offer for almost 15 days.
What? What? Bro, Caesar, why you gotta do them like that, bro?
His legion was able to construct a fortified embankment, almost 5 meters high, stretching 20 miles along the riverbank.
Gosh, man!
With the legion manning the embankment and now in a stronger position, Caesar denied the Helvetii access and refused to allow them to cross.
Wait. Bro, I almost said the N-word there just now. But you're telling me that you're the Helvetii tribe, you see this guy building these fortifications, he's taking extremely long with your negotiations, and nothing like bats your eye that, hey, this guy isn't gonna... Oh, I feel like they were genuine though, so that's why they didn't like do anything. I feel like they were actually being genuine. Bro, if they were being genuine, oh, that's so tragic.
Some of the Helvetii ignored this and attempted to cross nonetheless in small boats, but were prevented from doing so by the legionaries throwing javelins and shooting arrows into them. With the southern route thus blocked,
bro, that's
the Helvetii decided to take the longer northern route through the mountains into Gaul. Leaving his top lieutenant, Labienus, in command, Caesar returned to Italy to levy a further 2 legions and to pull the other 3 veteran legions out of their winter quarters in Aquileia, bringing his total to approximately 33,000 legionaries plus auxiliaries. Despite Labienus being in a strong position to easily block the mountain pass, the Helvetii managed to push into Gallic territories and began ravaging the land. The Gauls pleaded with Caesar to intervene and chase the Helvetii out.
That doesn't seem so genuine anymore.
Was only too willing to help, marching his legions into the Gallic territories. The decision of Labienus to not hold the Helvetii in the mountains was likely an order received from Caesar. The Celts were now in open terrain, which better suited the Roman legions, and their pillaging of Gaul gave Caesar an excuse to intervene.
Okay. Are you gonna see a battle? Battle time?
Word reached Caesar that the Helvetii were currently attempting a crossing of the Avar River. They had been crossing in 4 large groups, using many rafts and boats, but due to the size of the horde and their lack of organization, the crossing had already taken them days, and one group was still yet to cross. Caesar took his legions and swiftly marched to the river.
They're gonna get jumped.
Quickly forming his legions into battle formation, Caesar fell upon the Celts waiting to cross. Caught unaware, unprepared, and encumbered by their baggage, the Helvetii did not even have enough time to form a proper battle line. The fighting was over quickly, with the whole stranded group being killed or fleeing into the nearby woods, whilst the other 3 groups could do nothing but watch helplessly from the other side of the river.
That is so tragic!
The main Helvetii force began to move on, and not wanting to lose the initiative, Caesar quickly built a bridge across the river and moved all of his 6 legions across.
Oh my gosh!
The crossing that had taken the Celts 20 days had taken the Romans just 1.
What? What? Hey, brothers. I lost my breath there for a second. Oh, I lost my breath there.
Caesar began tailing the Helvetii, waiting for the right time to strike. There were a few minor cavalry skirmishes, but nothing decisive. Caesar did once manage to find a battlefield that was advantageous, and even had Labienus in position behind the enemy. However, due to poor communication from his scouts, Caesar was forced to pull back from the battlefield. This caused a delay in Caesar's plan, and he was beginning to run low on rations. He decided to head to the nearby town of
What is going to
resupply his
happen?
army.
What are the Helvetii like? What are they like? I watched a video saying that the Celtic peoples were not these like barbarian, uncivilized type of people. And they were basically explaining that the Celtic people were just as civilized as the Romans were. But what were these tribes like? I would love to see more in-depth details on what, these Celtic tribes were like before the Romans came. Like, were they good at battles? I don't know much about them. I could only ask. If you know anything about it, comment down below.
Before continuing the pursuit. As he began to march off, however, Divico gave chase, harassing the rear of the Roman army. Caesar sent his cavalry and light infantry to fight a delaying action in order to buy time to deploy his main force on a nearby hill. The 4 veteran legions formed 3 lines at the front, with the 2 newly levied legions, along with the auxiliaries, positioned further up the hill. These men were not tested in battle, and so were not expected to do any of the fighting. Instead, they were to guard the baggage and were spread thin across the hill to seemingly increase the size of Caesar's army. The Helvetii, numbering somewhere between 60 to 90,000 warriors, had successfully fought off the Roman cavalry.
That's a lot. Holy dude. Holy. That's not that's a horde. That's not even like that's a horde, bro. This is comparable to the population of some Caribbean islands, bro. That is wild. The population of Bermuda, which is not a Caribbean country, but it's still like comparable to Bermuda, which has a population of, I think, like 60. So I know it's like 60 and 90,000. Like that is wow.
And light infantry, forcing them to retreat.
All right, so they're capable.
Their infantry into a tightly packed shield wall and advanced on the Romans. The front 2 lines of legionaries opened the battle with a volley of javelins. These hampered the Helvetii by becoming stuck in their shields, forcing them to drop them and break into a looser formation.
Don't like that.
With the shield wall in disarray, the Roman front lines charged into melee.
Oh, they didn't get
slaughtered. The fighting was intense and tough, but the Romans' discipline and experience gave them the edge.
Yeah.
Slowly, they began to get the upper hand, with the Helvetii being forced back to a nearby mountain. However, as the Romans pressed up the mountain, a portion of the Helvetii allies, composed of Boii and Tulingi, roughly 15,000 warriors, entered the battle.
Holy man.
These men had been acting as a rearguard, protecting the camp, and now they fell on the Roman flank to encircle them.
Yep.
The
Big
Helvetii,
trap.
bolstered by the arrival of their allies, began pushing back with renewed vigor. With the 2 front lines of legionaries already engaging the Helvetii on the mountain, Caesar committed his final line of veterans, which had been acting as a reserve. After hours of hard fighting, the Helvetii on the mountain were eventually broken and forced from the battle.
GG.
Boii and Tulingi fell back to the camp to make a last stand. Using their baggage wagons, they formed a makeshift rampart and continued the fight, hurling themselves down in.
Then I give That's what I like to see, man. They're not giving up. All right. Love that. I love that. This is the type of stuff that I love to react to right here, man.
To the Roman ranks. This is where the fighting was the most difficult, as the Belgae were famed warriors and fought desperately. Finally, after fighting long into the night, the third line was able to break into the camp, ending the battle.
It was a good battle.
The battle had lasted almost 12 hours.
They gave the Romans a run for their money.
5,000 men, whilst the Helvetii had lost around 40 to 60,000.
Oh my gosh! Damn! Those are insane numbers, bro. Bloody hell.
Of the 368,000 people who began the migration, only 130,000 were now left. Caesar, with no cavalry to speak of, was not able to give chase immediately.
Less than half. 300,000 people. Bro, the population of Barbados is 280,000 people. That is like the entire population of Barbados migrating. How in the world do you move that much people? Like, as a bloody tribe, too. Frick, that is wild to me, fam. This is a good series.
And gave his men 3 days in order to recover from the battle before starting the pursuit. The Helvetii, seeing the Romans chasing them once more, surrendered completely and were forced to return to their homeland and made a vassal of Rome, acting as a buffer between Roman and Germanic lands. Caesar had achieved his aim of gaining a swift military victory, and for now, he would be able to.
How do they communicate? How do they communicate? Like, someone here knows how to speak Latin? How do they communicate terms? I've always wondered that. Like, how is that possible?
To hold off his political enemies in Rome. Furthermore, the Romans had now shown themselves to be a powerful force in the Gallic theatre. After his victory, Caesar rested in Bibracte for a short time before moving on. Rumour had already reached him of a Germanic tribe that had crossed the Rhine and was terrorizing Gaul.
Germans!
The Gallic Wars were just starting, and in our future videos we will talk more about them. So
Germans!
Make sure you are subscribed to our channel and have pressed the bell button.
Oh yeah.
We would like to express.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Whoever told me to react to this series, yeah, I thank you for that. This is a good one. This is a good one. I'm gonna be reacting to this one along with Historia Civilis, Julius Caesar. Yeah, definitely gotta learn more Roman history. I don't know much about Roman history. I'm definitely like lacking in that area. I really gotta learn more. This is a good one. All right, make sure to check out my other videos. If you love my reaction and you've come all the way to the end, like the video so that the YouTube algorithm can see that you people love my videos. My channel is finally unshadowbanned because of you people who are liking the videos, who are commenting your opinions and whatnot. YouTube finally unshadowbanned my channel, and I want my channel to stay like that so that I can attract more people into this small little community. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching. This is such an excellent episode. Goodbye.